Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do an unboxing on this Eufy Solocam E42 2-camera kit. Now I really do like these Eufy cameras. Now I like that this kit comes with a home base 3 and we can add a SSD card here. I'm going to show you how to do that, but this is the unboxing video. We get a power supply. This is for the home base. These two cameras are going to connect to the home base wirelessly. Then the home base, we're going to connect with this little Ethernet cable to our Wi-Fi. So again, these are the two cameras. These are outdoor cameras that you're going to hook I really like that they come with these solar panels. Now, the first thing we want to do, we do want to charge them up. There is a USB-C port there. Now, it comes with the cable, and you can charge them with the home base or just plug this into a normal charger. We've got the two mounting brackets for the cameras. And these are the two mounting brackets for the solar panels. Again, so let's talk about the home base. Home base, this has to be powered in, plugged in all the time. You're going to plug this in and plug this into an outlet. This is an Ethernet cable, so this has to be plugged in to your internet. So I already have, this is where my internet comes into my home. Then I've got an Eero router. And so here's the Eufy home base, and it's plugged into a power cord. Like I said, there's the power, but you have to run an Ethernet cable from here to either your router that comes into your home or to like a separate route. I've got it plugged into this Eero. This is how I get Wi-Fi in my house. There's a little sync button right here. You can charge the cameras by plugging that USB-A cable into these ports. And then you can also download, you can put a thumb drive in and you can download whatever's on this SSD card in here. Well, you got to install an SSD. It doesn't come with one. So you're going to plug it in, Ethernet cable has to go. That's how, then this wirelessly connects to your cameras. So it has to be relatively close to where your cameras are. And then from here, it gets to the internet. Now the home base also has an alarm. So if your cameras are sensitive, you can turn there's alarm on in here. That's also a sync and a alarm off button. But up here, you're going to press down right here. That's a lid. And you're going to take this, there's a hard drive. It doesn't come with one, but you're going to put a little 2.5 mini hard drive in here. You just take that little screw out and mount it. There's little screws here to mount it to the tray, and then slide the tray in, and then you've got like a 1 terabyte hard drive. And then now all the recordings will be stored locally, and you can access them through the Eufy app, but you don't have to pay any monthly subscription. So now let's go over the cameras again. Around back, you're going to want, the first thing you want to do is charge them up. There's a USB-C port right here. So grab this cable, you're going to plug it in. Even though once they're charged up fully, the solar panel is going to keep them nice and charged. And then you could plug this into like a wall outlet or plug it into the back of this. The top port right there will also charge it. So once they're fully charged, then you're going to connect, you're going to get the Eufy app, and then you're going to press the sync button. There's a little QR code here to scan from the app. That's going to connect it. So what makes these nice, you'll see, is there's a red and a blue light that's going to flash whenever they sense motion. So they're normally mounted like this. And then there's two ways to mount it. These little tabs here. Yeah, they just click in like that. You can mount it, or pinch those tabs. You can mount it like that. And then you can also mount you can mount this to this so that like the picture. Now you get a bunch of bags of screws. Don't lose these screws. Now inside this bag, there's these little screws for mounting if you want to mount the solar panel, that's this thread size right here. It says use the two 5mm screws. So you're going to unscrew this. You can mount this to your I'll show you. I've got one mounted on my external wall, but you can mount this right there. See, the screws line up, but it takes them 5mm screws, so don't lose them. And then you can just take this, screw it into there, and then you can adjust it and then wrap. It comes with a long cord. You can just wrap the X. If you mount it right to this, you can just wrap the excess around here. So here is one I have. This is a different type of camera, but it's the same solar panel. I've got it mounted, and I just run the wire to it. Now make sure and take this cover off here, and the cover's off of there. And again, those that hang upside down, that's a speaker and also an alarm. These will pivot and track. That's the motion sensor. Again, you can control it again there or upside down like that. Going from the side, yeah. Pinch the tabs, yeah. Now you'll want to mount these with screws. Now the wood screws that come with these bags are not very good. And whenever I use them, the Phillips head strips out really easy. So I would get probably some different screws. Like whenever I want to mount this, I would use a different screw. Those strip out pretty easy. Now once you get it up there installed, you can do pan tilt in the Eufy app. You can tell the camera. You can move it yourself. There's a little bit of a delay. Then you can pinch zoom in on different things. You can also just swipe around. It's very, very clear. But the solar panels, if you've got them pointed to the sun, it will keep these charged. I've never had to take this down and recharge it. The solar panels, as long as they're pointed somewhat to the sun, like to the west or, or to the south, you want to point it to where it's going to get a lot of sun. These will actually keep those nice and charged. I really do like Eufy cameras. That's the only thing I used around my home are these Eufy cameras because there's no monthly fee. Everything is stored locally. So anytime there's an event, it's going to store it locally. I can access it later with my smartphone. But again, no monthly fee. I like the pan tilt zoom. It's going to follow somebody whenever they come in. And these new ones have the red, blue lights that kind of flash. So I'm pretty excited about that. I hope this unboxing video helped. Thanks.